Hello, and welcome to Ichon News. This video allows you to listen to 10 real-world news stories and online reactions in English. Today, we will cover the following topics. Shohei Ohtani wins third straight unanimous MVP, claims 4 major awards. Nikkei average 50,376 yen, down 905 yen from the previous day, down about 2,000 yen from the year-to-date high. Japan rolls out countermeasure package as bear attacks hit record high. Starbucks baristas launch indefinite strike in over 40 U.S. cities. PM Takaichi plans to increase electricity and gas subsidies for winter 2026. Influenza cases rise to 21.82 per institution, increasing for 12 straight weeks. Average price of 5 kilograms rice hits record high of 4,316 yen. Japan to allow year-round rabies vaccinations for dogs from 2027. China summons Japanese ambassador for protest. Chinese embassy in Japan instructs staff to refrain from outings. Haagen-Dazs to raise prices in Japan from March 2026. First, I will present 10 real news stories in English. I will then introduce excerpts from message boards and social media in Japan and abroad that show online reactions to the news. At the end of the video, I will explain key phrases used in the news with example sentences. Now, let's get started. Our first topic is Shohei Ohtani wins third straight unanimous MVP, claims 4 major awards. On November 14, 2025, Japan time, at the MLB Awards Show, Los Angeles Dodgers' Shohei Ohtani, 31, was unanimously named the National League MVP. This was his 3rd consecutive and 4th overall MVP award. This marks the first time in MLB history a player has won the MVP award unanimously 4 times. His 4 total MVP awards are the second most in MLB history, trailing only Barry Bonds' 7. Ohtani also became the first player to win the MVP award multiple times in both the American and National Leagues. His 2025 regular season performance was exceptional. In 158 games, he posted a .282 batting average with 55 home runs, 102 RBIs, and 20 stolen bases. He led the National League with 146 runs scored and a 1.014 OPS, while his home run total was second in the league. He also set a career high with 109 walks and accumulated 380 total bases, becoming the first player in MLB history to achieve a season with 50 home runs, 100 walks, and 20 stolen bases. After returning to the mound in mid-June, he made 14 starts as a pitcher. In 47 innings, he recorded a 1-1 win-loss record with a 2.87 ERA and 62 strikeouts, a rate of about 11.9 per 9 innings. At the ceremony, Ohtani also won the Hank Aaron Award as the league's best offensive player, the Edgar Martinez Award for the most outstanding designated hitter, and was named to the All-MLB First Team at the DH position. This was his 3rd consecutive Hank Aaron Award, tying him with Aaron Judge and Barry Bonds for the 2nd most all-time. Regarding this news, here's what people are saying online.
He surpassed manga at this point, lol. God, Buddha, Ohtani-sama, for real. 3 straight unanimous is just another dimension. It's so cheat level. One can't even
While Ohtani was winning his 4th MVP, I was fighting the battle of whether to get out of bed or not. We are not the same.
The next topic is Nikkei average 50,376 yen, down 905 yen from the previous day, down about 2,000 yen from the year-to-date high. On November 14th, 2025, the Nikkei stock average concluded the day at 50,376 yen and 53 sen, marking a significant decrease of 905 yen and 30 sen, or 1.77% from the previous day. The market opened at 50,767 yen and 74 sen, which also stood as the day's high. The lowest point was recorded at 9:09 a.m., hitting 50,246 yen and 60 sen, resulting in an intraday range of 521 yen and 14 sen. This closing figure represents a decline of approximately 2,035 yen, or about 3.9%, from the year-to-date high of 52,411 yen and 34 sen set on October 31st. Similarly, the broader Topics Index fell for the first time in 5 days, shedding 21.91 points, or 0.65%, to close at 3,359.81. Trading value on the Tokyo Stock Exchange's prime market was high, estimated at roughly 6.68 trillion yen. By sector, mining, textile products, and real estate saw gains, while non-ferrous metals, electric machinery, and machinery experienced declines. Among individual stocks, Toray Industries Inc. surged about 9% to close around 1,039 yen after announcing its first-half financial results and a share buyback plan. In contrast, SoftBank Group Corp. dropped over 6% to 19,780 yen, finishing below the 20,000 yen mark. Analysts attribute the market's downturn to a sell-off centered on technology stocks, following a slide in all three major U.S. indices on the previous day, November 13th. The Dow Jones Industrial Average fell for the first time in 5 business days, and the Nasdaq Composite saw its third consecutive day of losses. Regarding this news, here's what people are saying online.
Just a healthy correction. The market was getting overheated anyway.
Diamond hands! This is the bargain sale I've been waiting for. Time to go all in.
The next topic is Japan rolls out countermeasure package as bear attacks hit record high. On November 14th, 2025, the Japanese government finalized a bear damage countermeasure package in response to an unprecedented increase in bear attacks. According to preliminary data from the Ministry of the Environment, there have been 12 fatalities from bear attacks in the 2025 fiscal year as of October 30th. This figure is double the previous record of 6 deaths set in fiscal 2023. Furthermore, the number of people injured in attacks nationwide reached 108 between April and the end of September, a pace comparable to the record-breaking 2023 fiscal year, which saw a total of 219 victims in 198 incidents. The new package outlines a 3-phased approach: emergency, short-term, and medium-term measures. Emergency actions, some already underway, include creating and distributing manuals for emergency hunting, officially permitting municipal employees to participate in captures, and requesting cooperation from self-defense force and police veterans. A new National Public Safety Commission rule, effective October 30th, also formally allows police officers to use rifles for bear control. Short-term plans involve expanding bear captures nationwide during the spring, especially around populated areas, and providing financial support for highly skilled government hunters and for equipment, such as box traps, electric fences, and bear spray. Medium-term strategies include setting capture targets based on regional bear population estimates, developing a bear countermeasure roadmap within the fiscal year, and analyzing the availability of nuts like beech and oak to predict bear behavior and promote habitat separation. Regarding this news, here's what people are saying online.
Government Hunter? Sounds like a new class just dropped in Monster Hunter. But for real, is this actually gonna work? seems a bit too late and the response is sluggish.
This is tragic, but I hope it doesn't just turn into a Cullen festival. The root cause is the lack of food in the mountains and habitat destruction, right? Let's not forget that.
The next topic is Starbucks baristas launch indefinite strike in over 40 U.S. cities. On November 13th, 2025, the labor union Starbucks Workers United announced a major strike action. Over 1,000 baristas from at least 65 stores across more than 40 U.S. cities are expected to participate in an indefinite strike. Major cities affected include New York, Dallas, San Diego, Philadelphia, and the company's hometown of Seattle. The union represents employees in about 550 of Starbucks' nearly 10,000 company-operated stores in the United States, which is approximately 5.5%. The strike was strategically timed to coincide with Starbucks' annual Red Cup Day, a holiday promotion where the company gives away free reusable cups. This day is typically one of the busiest and most profitable days of the year for the coffee giant. The union is using this timing as a tactic to increase pressure on the company during negotiations. The primary goals of the strike are to secure a collective bargaining agreement and to resolve ongoing legal disputes. The union has accused the company of unfair labor practices. The strike is described as indefinite, meaning it has no set end date. Workers United has indicated that if there is no progress in contract negotiations, they may expand the strike to include more stores and a larger number of participants. In response, Starbucks has denied the allegations of unfair labor practices. A company spokesperson stated that it was unfortunate that Workers United has chosen to strike instead of returning to the bargaining table, and expressed confidence that nearly all stores would be able to maintain normal operations despite the walkout. Regarding this news, here's what people are saying online.
Striking on Red Cup Day is a genius move, a real 5D chess play. You love to see it.
In Europe, this would be a national holiday. Get your rights, American coffee comrades.
The next topic is PM Takaichi plans to increase electricity and gas subsidies for winter 2026. On November 14, 2025, at a general questioning session of the Upper House Budget Committee, Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi announced a plan to increase subsidies for electricity and gas prices for the upcoming winter. The Prime Minister stated, "During the harsh cold of winter, we will provide more substantial support. We will raise the amount slightly compared to what has been provided so far." The new subsidies are scheduled to be implemented for 3 months, from January to March 2026. This decision follows a previous subsidy program that was in place from July to September 2025, which reduced the financial burden on a standard household by a total of about 3,000 yen over 3 months, averaging approximately 1,000 yen per month. According to a report by FNN, Prime Minister Takaichi explained that the new subsidy will exceed this approximately 1,000 yen per month level. The government aims to finalize the details of the new support package by the end of November 2025. The policy is intended to alleviate the burden on households facing high fuel prices and exchange rates. During the same session, when asked if she would maintain the goal set by former Prime Minister Ishiba of raising the national average minimum wage to 1,500 yen in the 2020s, Prime Minister Takaichi did not give a specific amount or a clear reaffirmation of the target. Regarding this news, here's what people are saying online.
For real? This is a godsend. I was seriously worried about my winter gas bill. Go, Takaichi!
I'm grateful, but I'm more concerned about the minimum wage issue she dodged. That's the core of the problem, isn't it?
The next topic is influenza cases rise to 21.82 per institution, increasing for 12 straight weeks. According to the latest data from the Ministry of Health, Labor and Welfare, the average number of seasonal influenza patients reported per medical institution in Japan was 21.82 for the week ending November 9th, 2025, week 44. This figure, compiled from approximately 5,000 designated monitoring sites nationwide, is about 1.5 times higher than the previous week's average of 14.9. The number of patients has now increased for 12 consecutive weeks, indicating a prolonged period of epidemic activity. By prefecture, 5 regions have exceeded the alert level threshold of 30 patients per institution. Miyagi Prefecture reported the highest number at 47.11, followed by Saitama at 45.78, Kanagawa at 36.57, Fukushima at 34.63, and Iwate at 30.24. While the national average of 21.82 has not yet reached the alert level of 30, it is significantly above the typical range of 1.0 to 10 that signals the start of an epidemic. The ministry is urging the public to continue basic infection control measures such as gargling, hand washing, and wearing masks, and to consider vaccination. Separately, a private epidemic map, which collects data from pediatric and internal medicine clinics, registered 1,793 influenza cases between November 8th and 14th, including one severe case. Regarding this news, here's what people are saying online.
I work in a hospital, and it's seriously a battlefield. We're short on staff and beds. It's a mess. Please, everyone, I'm begging you, take care of yourselves before you collapse. For our sake, too. Folded hands.
My body is my asset, so I've been gargling and washing my hands like crazy. But with it spreading this much, it feels like it's only a matter of time. Guess I have to live on garlic ramen and sleep.
The next topic is average price of 5 kilograms rice hits record high of 4,316 yen. According to a survey by the Ministry of Agriculture, Forestry, and Fisheries, the average retail price for a 5 kilograms bag of rice in Japan rose to 4,316 yen during the week ending November 9th, 2025. This marks an 81 yen increase from the previous week and surpasses the previous record high of 4,285 yen set in mid-May 2025 by 31 yen. The price has now risen for 2 consecutive weeks and has remained in the 4,000 yen range for 10 straight weeks. Compared to the same period last year, the average price is more than 800 yen higher. By category, higher-priced brand name rice reached an average of 4,573 yen per 5 kilograms, setting a new record for the 4th consecutive week. Blended rice, which includes stockpiled rice, was priced at 3,732 yen, a significant increase of 176 yen from the previous week. Several factors are contributing to this price surge. A poor harvest in 2024, caused by a severe heat wave, resulted in reduced yields and smaller grains. Additionally, an increase in inbound tourists has boosted demand from restaurants and for souvenirs. These factors led to rice inventory levels in June 2024 dropping to their lowest point since 1999. Following this, incidents of hoarding and product shortages occurred after August 2024. In response, the government released approximately 210,000 tons of stockpiled rice through 3 auctions in March 2025. However, only about 7% of this supply reached retail stores by the end of April. The ministry has since announced additional measures, including a plan to sell about 300,000 tons of reserve rice directly to major retailers at a price of approximately 192 yen per kilogram. Regarding this news, here's what people are saying online.
Everything is getting expensive, so it's no surprise rice is too. Can't be helped, just gotta eat less or find a cheaper blend.
My ancestors who lived on rice are crying right now. I'm about to found a new religion that worships bread.
The next topic is Japan to allow year-round rabies vaccinations for dogs from 2027. On November 14, 2025, an infectious disease committee within Japan's Ministry of Health, Labor, and Welfare officially approved a policy to allow year-round rabies vaccinations for dogs starting from April 2027. This significant change will revise the current enforcement regulations of the Rabies Prevention Act, which have traditionally limited the mandatory vaccination period to the 3-month window from April to June each year. Currently, the law mandates that all owners of dogs aged 91 days or older must ensure their pet receives a rabies vaccination annually. This shot must be administered between April 1st and June 30th. However, this system has placed a considerable administrative burden on local governments, as their staff must process a large volume of registrations and vaccinations in a short period. It has also been viewed as inconvenient for many dog owners who must adhere to the strict schedule. The decision to revise the rule was heavily influenced by the results of a 2024 survey conducted by the ministry. The survey targeted prefectural and municipal governments, and it found that approximately 70% of the responding local authorities supported the transition to a year-round system. They pointed to the benefits of spreading out the administrative workload and offering greater flexibility to the public. The government has laid out a clear timeline for this change. The official amendment to the Rabies Prevention Act enforcement regulations is expected to be announced and promulgated in April 2026. This will be followed by a 1-year preparation period, with the new flexible system taking effect in April 2027. From that date, owners can choose any time of the year to complete their dog's legally required annual vaccination. Officials have emphasized that this policy change is aimed at modernizing the system and is not related to any new or emerging rabies threat. Japan has been successfully free from canine-transmitted rabies for several decades, a status maintained through strict quarantine and vaccination programs. Therefore, the purpose of this reform is solely to rationalize the administrative process and enhance convenience for dog owners across the country. Regarding this news, here's what people are saying online.
For vet clinics, it's great that the spring rush will disappear, but I wonder if we'll just be consistently busy all year round now? How will this actually be for business?
My doggo hates shots so much, he's a trembling wreck every year. So being able to choose the timing is a godsend. But I guess he's still gonna hate what he hates, lol.
The next topic is China summons Japanese ambassador for protest. Chinese embassy in Japan instructs staff to refrain from outings. On November 14, 2025, China's Ministry of Foreign Affairs announced at a press conference that Vice Foreign Minister Sun Weidong had summoned Japanese ambassador to China, Kenji Kanasugi, the previous night. The summons was to lodge a strong protest and demand a retraction of remarks made by Japanese Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi in the Diet, where she stated that a Taiwan contingency could fall under a survival-threatening situation for Japan. Foreign Ministry spokesperson Lin Jian stated at the same conference, "Anyone who entertains the delusion of challenging the bottom line of the Chinese people will inevitably face a direct and painful blow from the Chinese side, and will have their heads smashed and bloodied against the Iron Great Wall forged by 1.4 billion Chinese people." Meanwhile, Kyodo News reported that the Japanese government summoned the Chinese ambassador in Tokyo on the 14th to protest, creating a situation of mutual summonses. In parallel with China's protest, the Chinese embassy in Japan has reportedly instructed its staff to refrain from going out due to concerns over rising anti-China sentiment. NNN News reported that there is a recognition within the Chinese embassy that the situation is escalating. These events follow a series of diplomatic frictions. On November 8, 2025, China's Consul General in Osaka, Shui Jian, posted on social media criticizing Prime Minister Takaichi's remarks on the Taiwan contingency, with expressions such as, "We have no choice but to cut off that filthy head," which drew protests from the Japanese government and ruling and opposition parties. Domestic media outlets are repeatedly reporting that tensions between Japan and China have rapidly escalated in the month since the Takaichi cabinet was formed, and that the reference to a Taiwan contingency as a survival-threatening situation carries significant meaning under Japan's security legislation. Regarding this news, here's what people are saying online.
Finally, a prime minister who says what needs to be said. Just firing off regret cannons all the time is useless. Good job, Miss Takaichi. Hashtag go for it Takaichi cabinet.
Head smashed and bloodied isn't exactly diplomatic language. Things are getting seriously dicey. Please don't let this escalate into an actual war.
The last topic is Haagen-Dazs to raise prices in Japan from March 2026. On November 14, 2025, Haagen-Dazs Japan announced it will raise the suggested retail prices of nearly all its ice cream product categories for the Japanese market, effective with shipments from March 2026. The price hike will affect 6 categories, including their popular mini cup, crispy sandwich, bar, and assortment box products. The suggested retail price, excluding tax, for mini cups, bars, and crispy sandwiches will increase by 20 yen, from 325 yen to 345 yen, a 6.15% rise. The price for the assortment box will go up by 60 yen, from 995 yen to 1,055 yen, a 6.03% increase. Including 10% consumption tax, the price of a mini cup is expected to rise by 22 yen, from 351 yen to 373 yen. This marks the second price revision in about 3 years for the mini cup, crispy sandwich, and bar, which were last increased on April 1, 2023, from 295 yen to 325 yen. The assortment box also saw a price increase in June 2025, making this its second consecutive annual hike. The company cited sustained increases in the costs of raw materials, such as dairy products, egg yolks, and cocoa, as well as rising expenses for packaging, energy, logistics, and labor. Haagen-Dazs Japan explained that this trend of rising costs is expected to continue in the medium to long term, making it difficult for the company to absorb these increases through its efforts alone. Regarding this news, here's what people are saying online.
At this point, it's a luxury item, not an ice cream. It's becoming a reward for myself after really trying hard.
My salary is the only thing not going up. This country is finished.
Before we go, let's review the key phrases from today's news that you can use. Unanimously named. The committee unanimously named her as the new CEO. Attribute A to B. Health experts attribute the increase in obesity to poor diet and lack of exercise. In response to. The company updated its privacy policy in response to customer feedback. Coincide with. Her birthday party will coincide with the national holiday, so many people can attend. Alleviate the burden on. The new scholarship program is designed to alleviate the financial burden on students. 4. Consecutive weeks. The movie remained at the top of the box office for 5 consecutive weeks. Contribute to. Regular exercise and a balanced diet contribute to good health. Enhance convenience. The new app aims to enhance convenience for online shoppers. Lodge a strong protest. The union decided to lodge a strong protest against the new working conditions. Absorb the increases. Due to fierce competition, the retailer had to absorb the increases in shipping costs. That's all for today's Echan News. Thank you for practicing with us today. What do you think about the news? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this useful, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. We'll see you tomorrow.